again. Oh, there it is. Yay.
Hey, son, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? I was just like, is it happening? Is it not happening?
It's happening. It's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, let me just tell you. Let me just be real.
Be real. Be real.
Be real. Like, I'm a mom of 3 children, and one of them woke up whilst I was getting ready, so it just kind of set me back a little bit.
Oh,
but we are here,
Yeah, you're right on time. You're right on time.
Thank you.
Hi, Lillian. Good evening. No, you're right on time. I was just introducing it actually.
Oh, great. Oh, that's good. That's good.
We still made it, We still made it. So before we start, I always like to introduce people that come on here so people know who you are and what you're about. And of course, we'll delve into more of that during the talk. So everyone, this is Nyime. And Nyime is a Manchester born and raised
yes
lovely lady. Nyime has just started her plunge into the music industry after years away in the form of a new single called Reload. It sounds amazing, by the way. It's been a long anticipated launch by the artist herself, and the project came at the right time for Nyime, with her life experiences being instrumental in encouraging her to get back into the music scene. Nyime released her debut EP, Transition, in 2013, but as her immediate responsibilities increased, she found her focus and passion for music was placed on the back burner. Nyime's love for music was apparent since she was a young child who enjoyed singing to her little brother. She started writing songs at 11 years old, and her love for music was nurtured through singing lessons at secondary school, singing at church, and various fellowships growing up. Over the years, she has returned her focus to using her gift in a way that made sense, putting music out into the world. The passions she has for her art helped her overcome most of her reservations. Nyime told us that what fuels her is knowing it is something she is destined to do. She believes a significant part of her purpose here is to make music and inspire hope. She uses her creative gift to encourage people to live a fruitful life.
Yes.
Amazing. I remember when you sent it to me, I was just like, okay.
Do you know what? Yeah, I didn't know how much I needed to send, so I just thought, let me just send like a moderate amount, so you can just kind of pick and choose whatever you feel like.
Because I was thinking like everything was relevant. There was not one piece that I could really take out. So I think
that's good.
I think it's amazing actually. It's kind of like a snapshot of like who you are, the kind of artist you are, why you do what you do. So I think like just to start, why music? Why did you feel, it had to be music at like an artistry kind of avenue for you?
I don't know if I ever thought it had to be music. I think it was just something that I'd always done. Do you know what I mean? So I started off, like I said, people sometimes say, oh, they started singing at a certain age or a certain time. But for me, it literally as far back as I can remember, I was always singing. So it was just always something that I was doing. I think as time went on, that's when the kind of passion came. I started to kind of write songs. I was always freestyling even from a young age. So like officially penning it down was when I was like 11, 12. But before that, I would just come up with little jingles and little notes here and there. Like, my school friends would actually, they get annoyed because I would literally just turn everything into a song. And it was just, I don't know, it's just in me. I guess it was just innate. So I think, after a while, it was just kind of like, okay, let's just see where this goes. And so that's when I kind of started to collect my songs together and things like that with a view to kind of putting out some music. But I think it was meant to be.
Honestly, I can't wait I hope you sing for us, Nyime. Not to put you on the spot, but I hope you do sing a little bit. It's a lie.
We'll see what's there. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? We're just wetting the palette at the moment, but we'll see what's there.
No, because and I think you're so cool about it. Maybe it comes with, being an artist. Because I remember the first time I heard you sing in choir, and I was just like, and you were so cool about it. Because I remember, you probably don't remember, but I remember I gave you a compliment and you're like, thank you. Like, you were very graceful and, like, you wasn't, I guess that's how you're supposed to be, isn't it? But you're just really like cool and calm about it. And I guess it's because, it's a gift. And I've heard before you know, like no gift is too small. And obviously you're
Yeah.
using your gift. You're saying you're trying to make people know that, you know, live a fruitful life, you know, go out into the world, use your gifts. So no, I think it's amazing. And I wanted to ask, like, your latest single, Reload,
Yeah.
why the name Reload? Why did you choose that name?
So I think at the time when I wrote the song, I was transitioning back into doing music, so like my own music. So I kind of was still singing here and there, like, you know, in choir and things like that. But in terms of my own stuff, I wasn't really doing anything with that because I just felt like I didn't have the time. I feel like I also kind of struggled creatively, just had a bit of writer's block. So there's nothing that was really flowing out. And so I put out an EP, which we mentioned in the blurb, like transition was in 2013, and then just lots of life events happened after that, and it was like, it was great, but it was like, oh, where does music fit into this now? And I think, you know, when you're kind of focused on trying to kind of, you know, I got married, trying to, like, you know, sort out my career and all that kind of stuff, that was a big focus for me at the time. I just didn't have time for music. So I think I had this encounter with the Most High, and he was kind of like directing me back into music. But then in my head I was just like, but how's it gonna work out? Because now I had Tia, I think I was pregnant with Nathaniel, and I'm like, I've got children now, like I don't know how I'm supposed to be doing this. But I, you know, I just felt that urge within me, like you just kind of know when it's time to do something. You don't know how it's going to happen, but it's almost like you just have to give that yes first, and then the know-how comes after that.
No,
and so
definitely.
That's when Reload came out. It's like, it's time for the reload. It's kind of like military imagery, but I think that's how serious I was taking it. It was like, it's time for the reload. It's time to get back out there and use what I have. So obviously, like, you know, you think about reloading a gun, but, you know, I'm not trying to, like, you know, promote, you know, anything to do with guns or anything like that. But metaphorically, it's like using what I have, basically getting back out on the field, which is where I've been planted, you know, and just pouring out what's on the inside of me, so other people can be benefited from it. So that's why it was Reload. It just felt right as well, like, you know, you kind of reload a track as well, so musically there's like that connection as well. You're just reloading something, you're going again, you're kind of giving it your all, but with a bit more like clarity, a bit more kind of know-how, a bit more kind of focus, and you know, you kind of know where you're going. As time goes on, you kind of get that a bit more understanding of who you are and all that kind of stuff. So I think, yeah, it was a loaded reload.
No, it's amazing. And I think your story is inspirational, like to keep on pushing, to keep on, you know, just having that time of reflection as well. And I think a lot of us had that time of reflection during the pandemic. So I think it's great. And you're doing amazing things. I think it's really inspirational for other artists, perhaps, that are thinking, how do I manage all of this? But I think like on the back of that, like with any industry and with any artist, like bringing out music, because it's such a saturated market, like what's your like motivation? Like, do you have anyone that, you know, you look up to, or, you know, mentors you in that industry of music and artistry?
At the moment, no one's really like mentoring me. I feel like just because I've been singing for a while, I've kind of been around it, so I kind of know a little bit, if that makes sense. I know enough to kind of take a few steps at least. I think because obviously between 2013, which is when I released Transition, till even, you know, when I recorded Reload, because I recorded Reload in 2018, so it's even been a while since I recorded it. But you know, a lot had changed in terms of how music was consumed. You know, now it's streaming, and it's like, you know, it's Spotify and Apple Music. People don't really like download anymore much. It's not really about having the hard copy of the CD and putting it in your CD player. Like, everything.
I still have CDs though.
Yeah, same here. But do you know what I mean? Like, when was the last time I listened to a CD? I used to just jump on Spotify. But yeah, so I think in terms of that aspect of it, in terms of like obviously marketing like music, I think that's where I've kind of needed a bit of help and assistance. I feel like I've always, like, even with Transition, you know, I pour a lot into the music, and hopefully the music is quality. Like, it's always been a thing for me. If the music is quality, then you don't have to work as hard to sell it, if that makes sense. It's just a case of trying to knock on doors to get, you know, the avenues open for the music to kind of be heard and you know, be consumed. But I feel like with this one, I put those kind of those lessons that I learned with Transition into place. I was like, I've got this really good track, but I want to make sure that it's marketed well. We push it out as much as we can, you know. And I think it helps that when you really believe in your stuff, do you know what I mean?
Definitely,
you believe in what you have,
100%,
like
100%.
you will just plug it all the time. Like for me, like I used to feel like, oh my gosh, am I plugging things too much? I used to feel
there's never enough plugging.
It's like, let me tell you,
there's not enough plugging.
When I see you, like you plug your stuff hard, and you know, and it's always really admirable to me because I feel like you really believe in what you're doing. Like that's why you plug it. Like you believe in your products, you believe in your book. That's why you would push something. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And the thing is, you know, you'll be so surprised at how many people still haven't heard that you've got a book, or that you're making lipsticks and you know all the makeup items that you're doing. Like, you know, so in my head I think, if you really believe in this thing, you're gonna put your all as much as possible. So like even now, like on my main page, anybody who follows me, like I'm doing like some I'm on a fitness journey. Let's just leave it.
Yes, you are. You know, I've watched your fitness journey. It's so inspiring because I'm just there like when you're your inspiration. I'm just like there eating and I'm watching you doing.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what I mean? I'm just trying to walk hard. But anyway, like I post like what I'm doing, and it's mainly for inspiration, also accountability though, because if I'm posting it like day 1, day 2, day 3, and it's like day 56 I need to get to, like I can't be stopping.
I know. I'm sure someone's like, we didn't see your day 4.
Exactly. Did you really do it? but yeah, so I feel like I've been posting that, and I've been adding the song to like my videos because I feel like, and that's every day I'm posting, and the song is playing every day, and I'm thinking someone's gonna get annoyed of this song, but I really believe in the song, and every time like I listen to it, even in connection with working out, like it just fits. It fits, you know.
Great song.
Like I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm trying to reload my health and, you know, take care of my body and, you know, make sure I'm, you know, nourishing my body with the right food and all that kind of stuff, which is all part of it as well. So yeah, I'm plugging.
No, it's amazing. It's amazing.
It's my inspiration.
You're so funny. You're so funny. Guys, if you have any questions for Nyime, Hope, Lillian, we got some more people. Angela, I'm not sure who that is. Glowism. If you have any questions, pop them in the question box or perhaps in the comment box, and we can ask Nyime as we go. I think, Nyime, with like any craft, there's always like sacrifices or even like challenges that one goes through. And I think like when people play this back or you perhaps join, like I'm just thinking what kind of like words of wisdom or, you know, challenges that you've been through that like a potential artist or someone that wants to be, you know, a Nyime, you know, in the future, like what would you say to look out for?
Ooh, that's a big question. I think the main thing is to kind of try and dial down why you're doing what you're doing. I think a lot of things stem from why, you know. I think for me before, I just always sung, so people were like, you should put something out, and I'm like, okay, fine. But it wasn't like I was like itching to put something out, if that makes sense. So I thought people are telling me to do it, so I will do it because people are telling me. And I think that kind of motivation doesn't really last long. I think you have to find within yourself what it is you're supposed to be doing and why you're doing it. And I think that is what's going to fuel you when challenges come. Definitely. I think for me on this journey, I think it was like where to start, because I hadn't really put anything out for a while. So I really did approach this like I was a new artist. And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a new artist. No one really, even though people, you know, I have people in my community that know I sing, but I'm approaching it as if nobody knows me, if that makes sense. So I think for me, it was really important for every aspect of what I was doing to align with me as an artist, you know, for it to be authentically me, you know, from the visuals to the pictures to, you know, the styling to the music video and the vision, all that kind of stuff had to be aligned with me as a person. And I feel like there's just such a, I don't know, like, I think there's a way that life opens up to you when you are being yourself and you are, you know, authentic in what you're doing. You're not trying to copy anyone. Obviously we get inspired by other people, but we're trying to be who we are. And I think whenever you face a hurdle, when you remember who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, and if you are approaching it with pure intentions and with authenticity, then you can surmount any hurdle. I think, you know, I think a lot of the times, I don't know, I guess along the journey, we try and copy other people. I know I went through that phase of thinking like, I didn't really like my voice. I didn't feel there was anything unique about it. I didn't have that texture or tone that some of my friends might have had. I'm just like, what is it about me that stands out? Like, I used to ask that question a lot. Like, people would say to me, oh, yeah, go on like X Factor, go on this, go on that. And I'm like, but I don't feel like my voice stands out enough for me. Do you know what I'm trying to say? People can tell you it does, but you have to really know for
Believe
yourself.
It in yourself.
Like, why are you doing it? And I think it's important to really have that. Like, and so I would advise anybody, whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing it because you think you believe you're supposed to be doing it. Try and figure out why. What is your message? What's your goal? What's your assignment with the music or with the art, whatever it is? Do you get what I mean? I think when you always have to check that your motives are right as well. Like, why am I doing that? I'm not doing this to compete with so and so. I'm not doing this because I feel like, you know, everybody else is doing it. I'm trying to follow the trend. I'm doing this because this is generally something that's flowing from my heart and a way that I feel is going to impact not just my immediate community, but, you know, the world. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you know, when I think of Reload, I think of it being global. You know, I know that we just started. You know, do you know what I mean? And honestly, let me not lie to you. Like, even with this, I've had to, you know, the Most High said to me, you've got to get acquainted with success. It's so crazy because you can do all of this and still not believe that it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Do you get what I mean? So I've literally, like, even to see like the amount of streams that I've had, I'm like, oh my goodness,
it's a great song.
Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, if you believe that it's gonna connect with people, why wouldn't people be playing it? Like, why wouldn't people be listening to your music? Of course they're gonna listen to it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So even me, I've had to rejig my, like, it's widened some of the parameters of my mind that, look, this is a great song. And, you know, I don't think I've even seen, you know, the peak of where it's going to go. I definitely do believe it's like a slow a slow progression, but I think there's definitely more to come with the song. And so I'm really excited. But
that's fab. Thank you. Thanks for that. Hi Remy, we see you. Thanks for joining.
Hi Remy. Hi.
And guys, any questions?
Hi Angela.
Hello. Hi Angela.
Hi Matt and everyone else that's joined.
Hope said really amazing. Yes, you are really amazing. And the story gets
thank
better
you,
and
thank
better.
you.
I was just gonna ask Nyime, so like, so I think with any artist in any industry that there's challenges, but I think on the contrary to that, what have been like some of your highlights being an artist and being able to sing and, you know, bless many people with your voice?
I'm trying to think. There's quite a lot, actually. I think for me, it's always been about, you know, other people being impacted by it. I feel like that always makes every time that I sing just feel so much more of a rich moment, if that makes sense. Because people say to me, like, when you sang, like, I think once I sang a song, I think it was in choir, actually. This was like, I think this was Chisholm's wedding, and I sang Imela. And you know, I fell in love with that song.
It's a lovely song.
It's a lovely song. And someone came up to me and said, Nyime, like, you know, the way you sang that song, like, it's like I could hear Journey in your voice. And I was just like, wow, that's amazing. Like, you never think about the fact that everything that you've been through is almost, even in that moment, is poured out, and someone can like hear it. Someone can hear it and feel the weight of what you kind of the journey you've been on to get to that point. Do you get what I mean? I feel like for me, I'm grateful. I think one of the things I appreciate about my voice and my singing is I always put everything into it. Like, my emotion, my passion goes into it. And I feel like when I can't do that, I can't really get into the singing. It just feels like it's just empty for me. Like, I feel like it has to really be something that, you know, I've connected to. And I also feel like when I haven't connected to it and I've sang, people can always tell that. People can always tell that there's a disconnect here. Something doesn't quite right. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I'm very much a like heart on my sleeve person, if that makes sense. So I feel like if I'm not connected to it, it's you're gonna know.
Do you? No, that's great. Do you have like a favorite song? Of course, like other than Reload or Transition, or even Imela. Like, do you have like a song, like your go-to song? Because I know with most artists, they're like, oh yeah, if I just put this artist on, then that's it for me. Or do you have that?
I'm trying to think. There's been different songs in different eras type thing, or different phases of my life.
Yeah.
So one of the artists that I really love at the moment is Lauryn Hill. I think she's just been so inspirational to me. Like, I listened to her like Unplugged album all of last year, and it was I literally just binged on it to be honest. And you know, I just feel like, you know, what she represented in the music industry for me was really inspiring, because you know, she kind of like, you know, got to the summit, if you get what I mean, of like success in terms of her music and her album and everything, but you know, chose to walk away because she felt like it wasn't aligned with her and who she was. And I feel like to have like literally the world at your oyster and to say, actually no, that's not what I want, and walk away from that is really inspiring to me. And I think Unplugged was like a bit of like a soundtrack to that whole season of her life. And I mean, obviously she's really insanely talented, and you know, a gifted lyricist, rapper, all that, singer and stuff like that. I'm just trying to think which song on the Unplugged album. There's quite a few of them actually. I think so. I did a cover of Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind, I think, is a really such a powerful song for me. I really love if I play Miseducation or whatever, I think those albums for me, I just like, I'm trying to think of one song. There's loads though. I can't even think of just one. Even like Freedom Time. There's Freedom Time. There was there's Peace of Mind. Mystery of Iniquity. I'm trying to think of all the songs in my head. There's so many of them. There's so many.
It's great.
Yeah, Rebel. I love Rebel as well. That's a great one.
We'll look out for Rebel and see where you get your inspiration. We'll have a listen. Okay, we've got a question from Hope. Should we anticipate any new single or album soon?
Yes, a new single is coming. I'm actually working on that right now. I'm trying to work on getting the visuals together for the new single. I'm really excited about this next song. I think this one, there's Reload, and then there's this one. Do you get what I mean?
Because it's a secret.
It's not a secret, but I just feel like if I let too much out, like I want you to savor the experience. But I think with this one, the way it came to me as well was very unique. I've never received a song this way before, and I think when I played it for my family, and at this point it was just like voice notes and stuff like that. So I'd done something on GarageBand just to like lay down my ideas and stuff. You know, my brother and my sister-in-law like told me that they had like goosebumps listening to it. And I'm like,
amazing.
Wow. Like yeah, like everybody that listens to the song, like it's an experience. Let's just say it's an experience. And I feel like, you know, that's just it's a beautiful song, and I can't wait to release it. It'll probably be out some point early next year. But yeah, so look out for that. But yeah, there's an EP coming soon as well. So that will probably be the first quarter of next year. So
fabulous. Something to look forward to.
Yes.
Yes. And then I wanted to ask as well, like, have there been any like obstacles or like distractions on the way that you felt like, actually, I'm not going to do this anymore. I just can't be asked. Like, have you had, because me, I have those moments frequently. So I'm just asking.
Oh, really?
Like,
you would never know. Oh my
you
goodness.
never know. But that's why I wanted to ask the question. Like, do you feel like, why am I doing this? Or do you feel like this is kind of getting in the way? Like,
yeah. I feel like before I got to the point of having this place of clarity as to like really seeing who I am, you know, like I really struggled a lot with my self-worth. So I think that was probably the obstacle before, like, you know, self-esteem issues and just not really believing in myself, you know, not really seeing what he saw when he created me. Do you get what I mean? And I think that has been my obstacle, really and truly. So I can sing, but you know, I just felt like it was a struggle because I'm like, I used to care so much what people thought. So bad. Like, I just like people's opinions. It was almost like an invisible muzzle over my mouth. And it was like, this is really bad. Like, I feel like people are like, I don't feel like I'm confident enough to step out and just be me, you know? And I feel like that's probably been the obstacle along, like, just my whole life, really, to be honest. Not even just music, but I guess even with music, you're producing something, you're creating something that is really, it's special and it's precious to you. So
it's coming from
there is that, you know, with any art, actually, to be honest, whatever you're creating, you're feeling, you're like a a protective mother over it. You kind of
definitely.
don't want to release it because you don't want people to like literally tear it
Criticize
down.
it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's some vicious people out there. But I think once that was restored in me, like my worth and my self-worth was restored, I feel like it's a completely different experience of life that I'm living now, and I feel like that pours out in the music because now I see the gift. Like I never used to see it before. I think that's the reason why people will be like, oh, that's really good, and I'd be like, oh, thanks, because I never.
You'll be so,
honestly,
so
I was like so
blasé.
I was so blasé about it because I was like, all right, okay, because I never. Honestly, when I say this to I was thinking about this. I was thinking, I never saw it. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I never saw it before. Like some people would tell me, and I'm like, I didn't really believe it because I never saw it. And it's almost like when he restored my self-worth and everything, like it's like a veil was removed from how I saw myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, and now it's like, oh my gosh, you're dope, you are. Like, and the thing is, you have to have that self-belief. You have to know that, all these things that the Bible says that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You have to really believe in your source. Like you have source, like you're unique as such a unique individual. Like there's nobody on this planet like you. And you know what I mean? Sometimes we say these things and we're like, oh yeah. But it's actually, you actually think about it, you are unique. 100%. Your journey is unique. The fingerprints are unique. Even your challenges are unique. Even the things that you've surmounted are unique. So yes, there's similarities, but you in and of yourself are a unique, witness. And I think everything that is poured into you, we owe it to the Father to pour it out to people because, there's nobody that's going to ever make that mark like you. And so when I started to really understand these things,
no, it's great.
I'm raring to go now. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Honestly, I've got so many ideas as well. Like it's amazing when you kind of
get the
all these kind of pieces slot into place. Like you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. And it's just a case of time. Like, do I even have the time?
It's fantastic. I think that's amazing. I think getting that revelation is it's always like a pivotal moment, I think, in life when you actually know this is my worth, this is what I'm about and things like that. So I think that's amazing, and we thank God for that. And then to wrap it up, I can't believe the time is gone.
I know, can you imagine? It's been really fun.
Bye.
You need to make it an hour. It's like you need to make it an hour so we can
do I need to make it?
You know what I mean? Get into the nitty-gritty.
We can go there. I mean, if you guys want to stay, we can go there. I mean, if you really want to go there, then I'm here.
I'm available.
What? I feel like you have a lot to say, so maybe I should just hang it. But okay, before we go on a bit more, I just want to say for people that perhaps need to go, I just wanted to ask, like, for those that are in a place of, because I wrote my book because I was at a crossroads in life. I didn't know which direction to go in. And I think for those that are watching this and thinking, oh no, I feel like I have a voice. I feel like, I'm getting the revelation of self-worth. I really want to use my gift. What would be your words of wisdom for someone starting and someone that wants to be an artist in, this era that we're in?
In music or
just in music, yeah.
I would say like, start using it behind the scenes first, start kind of like, see there's always opportunities for you to use your gift. You just have to kind of be open to them. So for me, it was like obviously singing in church, singing in choirs, I did all sorts of different, like, I had singing lessons here, singing lessons there. And I think, working behind the scenes is really important because that's what helps build character and that's what helps you along the journey, because we talked about obstacles coming, which they will come. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I think that your character is built when you are prepared to be, if you really believe that you're supposed to be using this gift, you're using it behind the scenes and you're being diligent with the gift behind the scenes. For me, because I loved it, over the years, I was always writing. Like I found a songbook. I was writing everywhere. Amazing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Some of the songs will never see the light of day, but I was just writing because, the songs were coming. So I think it's important to kind of use the gift behind the scenes. Ask, the Most High to open your eyes to where you can use your gift on a kind of like as a starting point, you know what I mean, to kind of bless other people. And I think as you kind of do that, and as you are diligent with that, more doors will open, because you'll even get clarity. Because some people might start off thinking, okay, I can sing, I can write, I want to do this. But it's not for everybody. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
And sometimes I used to think, oh, you can write, you can sing. Like my husband, for example, he writes and he sings, but he's not trying to be an artist. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's not what he's supposed to be doing.
No,
so
definitely.
I feel like it's important to have those behind the scenes moments and that behind the scenes journey, so that you can kind of really figure out whether it is for you and whether you want to embark on the journey.
Absolutely.
But once you've kind of got to that point, I'd say, you know, reach out to people around you who are doing it. You know, ask them for advice, ask them for tips, you know, ask them for, you know, maybe your writing, and, you know, let them look at what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Just ways that you can kind of sharpen your gift as well. And I think that's what I would advise, really.
In your blurb, Nyime, you spoke about reservations. I don't know if you can talk to that. Like, was it reservations about becoming an artist in the music industry, or was it reservations totally something different?
Yeah, so my reservations, I think they stemmed really from, you know, being a singer, you know, you're very public.
You are.
Even like
you're
from
out
when,
there.
you're out there. And I didn't really, I think that's one of my reservations from, you know, stepping out as well, was just, I just don't like everyone like knowing who I am. That kind of thing is just not. I didn't think it was for me. As much as I like, you know, my husband would always say that. Are you sure about that? I do like to share on social media, not heavily, but, you know. But I feel like it was uncomfortable for me. Like I'd rather be the person singing behind the scenes. Like that was literally naturally me. But constantly, you know, the father would push me to the front constantly without me having to do anything. Like he'd push me to the front to try and tell me consistently, you're not supposed to be hiding behind here. You're supposed to be moving forward.
So you were even hiding your gifts. Can you imagine?
I was happy to be in the back of the choir. I didn't want to be in front. Honestly, like I just struggled. I was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and so eventually I kind of was like, okay, fine. Okay, fine. You want me to be in front? So I think my reservation was more to do with that, but also like with age of social media as well, you know, it's tricky, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got a lot of people who have the opportunity to say stuff, and everyone can stand on their soapbox and criticize and do this, that, and the other. And I think for me, I was like, can I handle that? Do you get what I mean? But I feel like when this, I guess the self-worth element comes into it, you know, because I see me and I believe in what I have, I don't really care too much if you get what I mean. You know, because everybody can say stuff, but, you know, half the time people say stuff and not really do anything anyway.
They're not doing anything as well. Do you
get what I mean? So for me, it was like because I have that internal kind of, you know, structure has been built up inside of me. So I feel like the reservations I had before are no longer there. I'd rather actually, you know that I was using my gifts rather than hiding away because of what people were going to say, if that makes sense. I think it was like that. Yeah, that's more valuable to me than you know what people have to say about it, to be honest. Yeah.
And where do you see like yourself in, like, this is like a proper interview question, like in like 5-10 years with like your music? Do you feel like you'll still be doing music? Do you feel like you'll still be writing? Do you feel like you'll be mentoring people coming up? Like, where do you see yourself in the future with it?
So I think all of the above. I definitely still will be putting music out. I feel like there's just so many songs. There was a period on my Instagram I was doing a song like every day on Voisey, like, and it was crazy because I literally would write the song on the day and post it on the day, every single day. I had no idea what I'm gonna write the day before. Literally. Amazing. And so it showed me that like it's just there's a well here, there's a well of songs. So I don't think I'll ever stop putting songs out. I think definitely probably will transition into mentoring, because I do want to help up and coming, you know, artists, but I feel like I need a bit more experience first.
I think you've got plenty of experience. We love you.
You know, someone messaged me and they were like, oh, you know, they're a new artist, they're just starting out, could you have any advice? And I was just like, I'm a new artist starting out as well.
You're a new artist yourself.
I'm starting out as well, you know what I mean? But I was still able to give advice. I mean, obviously, because I have put out stuff before, so I've learned some lessons. But definitely just pour out what I have. You know, I always, you know, believe in, you know, paying it forward and making sure that, you know, all my experience it doesn't stop with me. I want the people to benefit from that as well. So definitely mentoring, singing still, Yeah, maybe have my own company, record company, you know, get into the business element of it and stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah.
They're fabulous.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone has any more questions before we wrap it up with Nyime. I don't know if Nyime has more she wants to tell us. I'm still wondering what this nitty gritty was about. So I'm all ears, Nyime.
Let me say something. This is Isang's platform. Let me shout out this girl, Isang.
I'm nervous, but okay, go on.
Because honestly, since I've known you, you have been on this thing, and honestly, I feel like it's so inspiring to me to see your consistency with your business, and to see, like, obviously all the kind of certificates and the qualifications you've gained, to see that you producing lipsticks and having your own products and lashes and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, and then writing a book on top of that, you're not author as well. Do you get what I mean? Honestly, I am so inspired by your consistency, and I'm inspired by the fact that you believe in what you're doing. And I feel like we need more people like you in the world. Like, and so I just want to commend you, Isang. Honestly, I want to say, well done, sis. From one sister to another who, you know, in the artist space, I feel like, you know, you're doing great. And I still need to buy the lipsticks. You know what? I keep seeing lipsticks, yeah.
You've exposed yourself.
I need to get the lipsticks, so I'm gonna get the lipsticks. But yeah, well done and congrats. The book is Imperfect Runway to Glory, guys. Read the book. She's sharing her journey there. Get the gems and get the nuggets of these years of experience.
This is about you. You're very naughty.
No, because honestly, this is actually generally how I feel. Honestly, I'm like,
thank you.
Thank you. And the thing is, about, obviously, people live in a fruitful life. I feel like you are using what you have, and you're passionate about it. And I feel like it's really inspiring. Honestly, I have been inspired over the years. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
Thank you so much. No, I'm inspired by you, and you definitely need to sing something before we close this out, because
about that.
I'm glad, because like you can't just be like, no, you can't do a live without us hearing your voice. It's not possible. It cannot happen. It cannot happen, because
well, let's just guys, whatever comes out.
No, guys, Yume's voice, like, I was just staring one time when we were in choir. I was just like, nah, she doesn't know this gift is, it's a lot. It's heavy. Because, you know, some people have a gift, they don't know the weight of the gift. Does that make sense?
Wow. Yeah,
so
I don't think I did.
No, it's definitely a gift. And it's great because, you know, a lot of artists, they find themselves first in church. You know, the motivation is there, the encouragement is there. But no, I think it's amazing. And it's amazing that you are so humble with it. Like I said earlier, like you're very cool. You're not, you know, braggadocious. You know that you have a voice, isn't it? But you don't have to be like, yeah, you know, I have a voice. That's not you. So, but no, I'm so excited for you. I'm happy that you've reloaded in the form of a new single, and that you have another single on the way. I saw the video the other day. Absolutely fantastic. It was great. I think I need to start exercising to it. So that will be my
that'll be join us.
That'll be my gym music after the jollof, of course. But yeah, that'll be my gym music. That'll be my jam. So yeah, thank you so much for blessing us again, and for realizing your gift. Like you said, if you don't believe in yourself, then how would we know who you are and what you're about, and what your voice can do. So I'm gonna leave it with you. Actually, before we do that, do you have anything like projects coming up? Of course, we've got Reload. Where can Reload be streamed? Where can people find details about yourself and Reload?
Yeah, so Reload can be found on all digital streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal. Like, I don't even know all the names of it, but anyway, Shazam. It's there. You can find it. So it's called Reload. And then the music video is on my YouTube channel. So that's Nyime Music. I don't know if I should just write it down here so people can Nyime
Music, guys. She's got a lovely video.
Yes, the video for Reload. So go watch that. And hopefully that you know joins with the actual song. Like, the video is inspiring as well. So so watch it, and let's get to 500 views.
More than that. We'll exceed it, don't worry.
Do you know what I mean?
We'll exceed it. But yeah, Nyime, over to you. Take it away. Whatever you want to sing, by the way.
Really?
Anything. The stage is yours. I'm even excited. I feel like I need to get popcorn.
This on the spot thing, you know what I mean? Like, because then I'm like, what do I sing? Let me think. Okay, I'll sing a song that I always like. If I ever do an audition, this is the song I would sing.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, let me get the right key. um It is to you I give the glory, and it is to you I give the praise, because you have done so much for me, and I will magnify your name. It is to you, Holy Father, no one else but you, and I will bless your name. Bless your name, and I will bless your name forevermore.
Yeah!
The voice came for you, Isang. The voice was like, okay, for Isang, yeah, we're not gonna let her down today. You get what I mean?
Oh my god, I'm gonna replay that. Yes. Go and get Yume's new single, Reload. It's out there. The video's out there. Thank you so much. You're an inspiration.
Thank you, Isang. Thank you for asking me to come
so
on
much.
your platform.
Oh, that was beautiful. Yes, it was. It was more than beautiful. No, thank you so much. And yeah, hope you guys watch it on the replay. We'll also upload it to our podcast. And yeah, go and support Yume. She's an incredible woman doing amazing things.
Oh, thank you so much. And Isang is too. So yeah.
Very naughty.
Support her. Even me, I'll buy my lipsticks tonight. Goodness, Yume. What's taking so long? Goodness.
All right, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye. Take care.
All right then. Bye.
Bye.